Good morning, and welcome to the June 20th Sunday service of the Unitarian Universalist Church of St. Petersburg. We gather to be in relationship, in friendship, in community, devoted to helping one another grow in understanding and in caring for all souls, seeking to learn from all persons, all peoples, and all life, and to care for them. If you are newish here and would like to learn more about our tradition, please let me know. There's contact information at the end of the service. Many thanks this morning to Sarah, Paul, John, and James for contributing to our service in production and in spirit. And special thanks to all of you who make us a blessed community. May our time together help us grow.
Come to watch the screening in the sanctuary on Pastor Jack's last Sunday, June 27th at 10:30 a.m. The service will premiere on youtube.com/UUSt. with Pastor Jack delivering the sermon in person. Stay after to celebrate his 7 years of ministry with us at a special farewell gathering starting at 11:30 a.m. And of course, all CDC guidelines will be met. So please reserve your spot by emailing Danny Skrasipek at zypona2@msn.com. Thank you.
Hi, we are Paul and Sarah Craig, and we are your worship associates for today. To begin our service, we light our chalice as a symbol of our search for truth and meaning, our shared communion, and our light of caring. Join us, if you will, in the words of our covenant. Love is the spirit of this church, and service its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Our invocation this morning is a retranslation of Jesus' Beatitudes from the Gospel according to Luke. May we grow in humility, so we will bless through wonder. May we grow in grief, so we will bless through comfort. May we grow in gentleness, so we will bless through earth. May we grow in righteousness, so we will bless through gladness. May we grow in caring, so we will bless through care. May we grow in purity, so we will bless through vision. May we grow in peacemaking, so we will bless through wholeness. May we grow in wisdom, so we will bless through bliss. A moment now to choose a blessing to grow. Breathe in as a call to remember. Now, our opening hymn.
We laugh, we cry, we live, we die, we dance, we sing our song. We need to feel there's something here to which we can belong. We need to feel the freedom just to have some time alone. But most of all, we need close friends we can call our very own. And we believe in life and in the strength of love. And we have found a need to be together. We have our hearts to give, we have our thoughts to receive, and we believe that sharing is an answer. We seek elusive answers to the questions of this life. We seek to put an end to all the waste of human strife. We search for truth, equality, and blessed peace of mind. And then we come together here to make sense of what we find. And we believe in life and in the strength of love, and we have found a joy being together, and in our search for peace, maybe we'll finally see, even to question truly is an answer.
I'd like to say Happy Father's Day to all kids, moms, and dads. And I'd like to tell you a happy Father's Day moment I had a couple of weeks ago. Actually, it was a happy granddad moment, but I count that. It was a warm Sunday afternoon, and all of the family was going out to get ice cream. When we got there, someone proposed to 6-year-old Bear, that's his name, Bear, "You're old enough to have a banana split." Bear replied, "I want an ice cream cone." "But you'd like it." "No." "You should try it." "No." As we waited in line at the ice cream stand, I asked Bear, "Do you know why they call it a banana split?" Bear replied, "Because it's a split banana?" "No." "Because you have to split the banana with someone else?" "No." "Then why?" They peel a banana and split it longwise on a plate, okay? And then they put 3 scoops of ice cream on it, on the banana. Maybe vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry, or whatever you like. And then they put whipped cream on top of that, and then they put chocolate sauce or strawberry sauce or whatever you like for a dressing. And then they put a cherry and chopped walnuts on top if you'd like those added. So that's a banana split. We all moved forward through the line, and we got to the counter, and we each placed our order. And can you guess what Bear ordered? Yes, he said, "Banana split, please." And he told them how to make it. Turned out to be too much for Bear to actually finish as a 6-year-old, so I helped him. And it's because of moments like that one that I celebrate Father's Day and getting to be a grandfather. You don't even need to be a dad. It's an attitude kind of thing. I hope you have a great Father's Day altogether. Now a moment for any personal joys or concerns that we might share this morning. You can share joys or concerns in the comment bar column along the side of your YouTube screen, or you can share at coffee hour, or do both. You can also have a joy or concern shared aloud at this time during this service if you let me or our worship committee chair, Bill Motter, know. We do remember today in sorrow and commitment that this weekend marks Juneteenth, a testimony to the persistence of the influence of slavery and racism on the history and people of America and the world, and a testimony to the fight to end it. In pre-pandemic years, this would also have been the beginning of Pride Week. So today we also remember the history and the progress that Pride Week marks, and the threats to that progress which remain part of the fight. With reverence, we celebrate summer solstice, nature's quarterly reminder of when to come outside and visit her, and when to stay inside with her people during the midday. And today is also Father's Day. My personal wholehearted joy for having had a wonderful father, for knowing many wonderful fathers, and for having the continuing blessing of being a dad and a stepdad and a granddad. I love being a dad. I hope something of the same for you. And now our first reading.
Our first reading is from Robert Fullam's Beginning to End. The ritual moments of life mark changes from moment to moment, day to day, year to year, and from one stage of being to another. Between the first inhale at birth and the last exhale at death are all the little deaths and revivals. Some part of us is always dying, only to revive, come to waking life again. Graduation from school, leaving home, changing jobs, changing religious views or political convictions. Some love ending, miscarriage, abortion. Only regret and nostalgia mark the passage. And often, the last rites are held only in the solitude of one's most secret self. Nevertheless, most of us seem to be stubborn about surviving these lesser deaths. Revival is a lifelong ritual. All our exits may become entrances. We are so determined to live as well as we can, no matter what. Even in the midst of the unbearable agonies, there are those who choose to give to others. These acts of compassion are the shining, diamond-tough confirmations of human dignity. This is communion in its highest form. The ritual of the keeping of the living flame, held daily in the unfinished cathedral of the human spirit.
There is more love somewhere. There is more love somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more love somewhere. There is more hope somewhere. There is more hope somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more hope somewhere. There is more peace somewhere. There is more peace somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more peace somewhere. There is more joy somewhere. There is more joy somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more joy somewhere.
Our second reading is from the Reverend William Ellery Channing's 1828 sermon, Likeness unto God. True religion consists in proposing as our great end a growing likeness to the Supreme Being. True religion's noblest influence consists in making us more and more partakers of the divinity, that perfection of the soul which constitutes soul a bright image of God. To grow in the likeness of God, we need not cease to be human. This likeness does not consist in extraordinary or miraculous gifts, in supernatural additions to the soul, or in anything foreign to our original constitution, but in our essential faculties, unfolded by vigorous and conscientious exertion in ordinary circumstances. Our proper work is to approach God by the free and natural unfolding of our highest powers, of understanding, conscience, love, and the moral will. These are marks of a divine origin and the pledges of a celestial inheritance. I thank God that my own lot is bound up with that of the human race.
I'd like to talk about shaping spiritual worth this morning. I'd say we know pretty much how a human body gets shaped by certain genetic developmental propensities that are continually influenced by intertwining cultural factors and personal choices. But what about the shaping of the human spirit? The inner life and expression of character emerging from as one emerges from one's zygote, one's seed of being, one's soul, full of potentials for surviving and thriving that will be developed and expressed over a lifetime in relationship with everything, with self, with others, with the source of all. My observation has been that the world's cultures everywhere have understood human life as growing through stages, both physical and spiritual, childhood, youth, adulthood, elderhood. Each stage with its potentials for helping us find safety and happiness within our great network of relationships. I was raised in one such holistic schema, the 7 Sacraments of Catholic Christianity. From my perspective now, I see the 7 Sacraments as recognitions of the empowering of each soul to open the gracious gifts of life as they arrive. I saw this same developmental expectation one day in a traditional Pacific Island village when a 3-year-old tried to strike open a coconut with a machete, only for the machete to bounce off the tough husk and slash a village dog. The dog was cared for. The child was hugged. An elder absolved culpability with a touch and gently acknowledging reality. He doesn't understand yet. The same expectation in Vietnam, when a Vietnamese welfare co-worker of mine gave me a little statue of Quang Yin as a departure gift. Here she is still. He said, "She is the Buddha of compassion. She will help you keep growing." She has. I'm thinking my gravestone epitaph will read, "At least he kept growing." Or maybe it could read, "He's still growing." I wonder if human growth and development is the common understanding of farming cultures more so than in industrial commercial cultures. Planting, growing, harvesting, repeat. Birthing, living, pondering, repeat. How many in our modern culture retain the Greek priestess Diotima's lesson that we've talked about, her lesson to young Socrates 2,500 years ago, that virtue is innately human and divinely innate. Virtue is the greatest beauty, but it needs our cultivation to grow. How many understand Kenyan Nobel Peace Prize winner Wangari Maathai's reflection on her childhood in village life, that traditional myths of the people and their place, told and retold by village voices, feed the soul through a lifetime of growth? In the Beatitudes, Jesus was not just describing how things are sometimes, but how things could be all the time if we nurture our potentials. From humility, discovery. From grieving, comfort. From gentleness, providence. From righteousness, gladness. From openness, caring. From purity, vision. From peacemaking, wholeness. From wisdom, bliss. An early position in Unitarianism, as we read this morning, was the Reverend William Ellery Channing's prophecy. Human development leads to likeness unto God, expressed in understanding, conscience, love, and moral will. UU Minister Robert Fulgham-Moore recently summed up this expression as a hope. Acts of compassion are the shining, diamond-tough confirmations of human dignity. Communion in its highest form, ritual of the keeping of the living flame, held daily in the unfinished cathedral of the human spirit. Our modern physics and psychology affirm this possibility as the moral arc of the human being, with the idea that existence, or God, could be understood as informed energy, slowing down enough across the universe to express itself as informed matter, an emergence of which is us, humankind, empowered by this slower energy to create beauty and virtue within this great web of being. We need only accept the power and learn to express it graciously, like our universe does. It takes time, but so we grow. At birth, we sense our need for the world to embrace our life's worth in order to open our potential for embracing the worth of living. At childhood, we sense our need for acceptance and encouragement in order to open our potential for growth in understanding and caring. By youth, we sense our need for justice, equity, and compassion in order to open our potential for human relationships. By young adulthood, we sense our need for freedom and responsibility to search in order to open our potential for further truth and meaning. By mid-adulthood, we sense our need for conscience and democracy in order to open our potential for community and society. By later adulthood, we sense our need for world community in order to open our potential for peace, liberty, and justice for all. By elderhood, we sense our need for respect for the interdependent web of existence in order to open our potential for respect for our part in that interdependent web. And all of these needs and potentials are at least potential, lifelong. What we do with them as a congregation is worth shape and worth ship. Those two phrases appear to have been the original meaning of the word worship. We gather to help one another shape the potentials of our souls into worthy actualities of our spirits. Then we ship them forth to continue shaping relationships of worth. Worship is our human expression of the universe's creative power, promoting awareness, worth, bliss. We open the box of the mind and let out the universe's powers to grow, to sniff around, dig down, fetch treats and treasures, grow in meaning, grow in bliss. Opening the mind, growing the spirit by study, dialogue, reflection, assessment, by coming to better understand our need, potential, will, quest, worth, relationship, influence, wisdom, and blessing. Coming to understand what moves us to take care, and of whom. And we get to do so in a covenanted community, able to grow in trust of who's got our back, as well as who's on it. Seeking and promoting growth in understanding and caring together. Wanting beauty for our lives. Once upon a time, a village was naturally a religious parish. But in our times, it takes a religious parish to build a village. That's what we've done. We've built a parish for potential that's building a village of blessing. May we continue to build and thrive and bless forever.
Now it is time for our offering. To keep our congregation thriving, may we remember our connection to one another. And let us not forget our offerings to support the means to those connections. As you listen to our brief offertory, to make a contribution, please click on the I in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. You can also donate either via the Give Plus app or on our website under the Giving tab, or by simply sending a check to the church office. Many thanks. Thank you, everyone, for being together with us this morning. Please stay safe and well throughout the week. We hope you can join us right after the service for coffee hour at the Zoom address coming up shortly on your screen. Now, as our service ends, with a breath, we pass the light of our chalice lamp to each other and we say together, "We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of love, or the fire of courage. These we carry in our hearts and out into the world."
Some closing words for this Sunday. May this be a blessed week for you. May your days begin with asking, what do I want? May they close with, how did I do? And may your bedtime prayer paraphrase William Ellery Channing. Thank goodness my own lot is partnered with that of all the human race, especially with those with whom I've made touch today.
Come to watch the screening in the sanctuary on Pastor Jack's last Sunday, June 27th at 10:30 a.m. The service will premiere on youtube.com/UU St. Pete with Pastor Jack delivering the sermon in person. Stay after to celebrate his 7 years of ministry with us at a special farewell gathering starting at 11:30 a.m. And of course, all CDC guidelines will be met. So please reserve your spot by emailing Danny Skrasapek at zypona2@msn.com. Thank you.